exciting day for us here in the program. Good practice out there today, and we're looking forward to getting on the plane and getting out of Seattle and getting ready. Questions?
So how will your game day coaching staff be set up? Fridge upstairs, Rossi on the field, and if Fridge is upstairs, who's he communicating with?
Yeah, Ralph will be upstairs, and the way the headphones are set up, all the coaches are on the same lines, and then on each side of the ball we have an alternate line in case two coaches need to discuss something kind of off air. You know, if they need to talk about something specifically about a position. So every position has somebody up top who's kind of watching, and we have somebody on the field who's watching. But Bob will be on the field, Ralph will be in the box, and Joe will be on the field.
What are your thoughts on film of Connor Halliday the more you studied him?
I think he got better and better as the year went on. I think he's got the advantage now of being in the same system for 3 years, and he looked like it toward the end of last year. He can make all their throws. He's a good decision maker, and he appears to know what Coach Leach wants. And I'm sure that's only gotten better through their offseason.
It's a different defense, but does he remind you of any of those big-time quarterbacks you saw last year?
I think I got to wait till I see him live. You know, you get a little bit of a feel for what the body types are when you see him on film, but until you see him kind of out there in warm-ups, that'd probably be better to give you a description afterwards.
For the average fan who remembers, over 100 points scored last year against Fresno State and two teams that pass a lot. What are the differences between a Fresno State offense and a Washington State offense?
I think there are a lot of differences. I think if this offense resembles anybody to me, it would be Houston. That's kind of what the style of play and the family tree I think the system comes from. Probably Houston is a derivative of what Coach Leach did at Texas Tech. So I think that's probably the comparison I would make. I don't think I would make it with Fresno.
You get a sense that they're ready to just hit someone in the opposite color, that they're really primed and ready to, you know.
Yeah, I like the way you asked that question. I like that. Yeah, I think in college football with no preseason games, you get toward the end of training camp, and you're right. They're sick and tired of hitting each other. They're looking for somebody else. So, you know, the colors will be similar, but we'll be anxious to see another team out there Thursday.
Kyle, going out a day early, is it for the time difference? Is it just because it's a long journey and just to get acclimated? What did you find from last year to this year?
It's really the time difference. Yeah, it's the time difference. I think if you don't change your body clock and you try to start a game at 10 p.m., it would be unusual. It's not something we do very often. So, you know, we did our preseason scrimmage at 7 o'clock local, which is what it'll be for us. And we'll go through the entire day before the game, the day of the game, exactly how we did it here during training camp. I think you're going out there 2 days early is a good way to do it. We felt like we had a good experience in terms of how we felt playing the game last year. Now we just need a better experience in terms of the result.
You were saying how important tackling is going to be against this team. Is that something you felt you guys need to improve, and do you feel like you've done so?
I don't want to compare this team to last year because there's a lot of different players. But I do think we need to tackle effectively, and if we tackle well, it'll help us play good defense. If you don't tackle this group well, you're going to be dealing with a lot of big plays and a lot of field position swings.
I know you have that tackling circuit that you guys, did you make any changes? It's a different team, but did you make any changes to the tackling? Because I know you talked about it a lot last year as a problem.
No major changes. Every year we critique it. Every year we go through and just make sure that the language we're using within the circuit is the best language to use to express what we want. But no major overhauls.
You're still leaning toward using both hunters, Joey and
I am.
Is there any way to tell the difference? I'm not saying better word, the difference between leadership last year in camp compared to this camp? Or is it too early to be able to look at that?
I think it's you're comparing a season with a preseason. You know, that's to me at least that's what it is. You know, I have my memories of last season, and right now we have a body of work about 4 weeks old in terms of this season. So I think we've got really strong leadership on this team. I do think this is one of the closer teams that I've been a part of, if not the closest team. These guys have spent a lot of time together this offseason, and I think coming off a year like we did, that's what happens. I think that the players are resilient. They bonded together very well, and I'm really pleased with where this team is at. And now we got to go out and play good football.
You had a couple of first-time starters really step up last year. Think of Carew and Paul James in big games. Do you have a sense of some guys right now, that younger guys that are ready to sort of break through with this opportunity in the first game?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some opportunities on the other side of the field away from Leonte, away from Tyler Croft. You know, last year I thought Tyler took advantage of the fact that people paid a lot of attention to Brandon Coleman, Leonte, Karan Pratt, and nobody knew a lot about Tyler Croft. So I think he took advantage of some opportunities. Now everybody knows about Tyler Croft. Everybody knows more about Leonte. People know more about Paul James. So I think the guy in that other receiver position, whether it's Janarian Grant, John Simmons, Drew Terzilli, Carlton Agudosi, whoever it is, there's going to be opportunities. And for us to do what we want to do offensively, we need them to take advantage of it. And on defense, we're going to play so many defensive linemen. There's going to be some opportunities for some of those younger guys to make plays.
Got time for two more.
Kyle, how many freshmen are you bringing out to Seattle?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look at that. I can get you that answer, though. But between the red shirts and the true freshmen, we've got quite a few on the trip. But we'll get you a number.
And I know younger quarterbacks, usually you bring them. Are they coming out?
No, they're not. They're not coming out. Gio's not going to come, and Hayden is not eligible to come because he's ineligible this year, so he can't make the trip.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you.
Good.